We are joined, actually. We've got Craig Lingard here. Come on in, come next to us, Craig. Do you know what? I'm a little bit sad that this is the last time this season we're going to be chatting to you, but what I'm very proud of is that it's the end of the grand final and you are still stuck it out shoeless, Craig Lingard. Are we ever going to wear our shoes?
I don't think so, no. I think this is a new format, I think, so I've got to stick with it.
Look, Craig, not the result that you would have wanted, but how are you feeling after that?
Oh, proud, just immensely proud of the effort they put in. Even the last 5 minutes when the game was gone, they were still shooting out of the line, trying to make a bit of a difference defensively. So massively proud of the achievement we've done this year, and just unfortunately one game too far for us.
The passion was certainly there, wasn't it? They were throwing their bodies on the line, your lads.
Yeah, they were. I mean, particularly first half, I thought his goal line defence and his effort to defend his goal line were outstanding. Just unfortunately, we got into the game as we wanted to do, and just a simple error that just gifted Leigh that first try that maybe just burst that bubble a little bit. But we could have quite easily given him, but they just, they worked the rocks off all the way to the end.
Craig, obviously, you said you were immensely proud. Is there anything that you think, if you could have the game again, you'd do different? We spoke about the start of the game, probably looked a little bit too excited, maybe.
No, I think they're quite calm, to be fair. I just think it was, whether it's just that big game excitement, like you say, whether just a little bit of nerves, but they didn't display any nerves all the way through the warm-up and all the way through the build-up to the game. So I think Leigh started a bit badly as well, and we started a little bit badly. I think if we'd bought a bit of field position down there early on in the game, might have been a little bit different. But let's face it, we're always going to be a difficult task, won't it?
Yeah.
Craig, commiserations tonight, but what I want to know, you've done so well to get to this stage. What have you learnt about this squad overall this season?
Oh, they're great blokes, absolutely fantastic blokes, and they work really hard for each other. They enjoy each other's company, and one thing you've got to do when you come to battle is you've got to work hard. We've not got a lot, and what we do ask the people is to work really hard and put their bodies on the line, and they've done that. 31-32 games this season. So as a coach, I can't be any more proud of the players.
Craig, Leon, what do you say to Dave Manning before a game? Do you calm him down or do you get him up? Because me and Liam were looking at each other in the 78th minute, he's bending his back and throwing himself into bodies.
Yeah, I've worked out over the last 2.5 years I've been at Batley, you can't say out to Manu. You just got to wind him up and let him go. He's still working out where the points are on field. He has to get to 1 point and he still can't get there. So it's just play the game, Manu. Just do it. And I think he's a player that could have quite easily played at the top level for a long time. He's been an outstanding championship player. And as you saw today, I thought he was our best player. Just with the effort and the intensity they went for the 80 minutes.
Craig, this season you've proved that on your day you can knock off any team in the competition. With Leigh moving up to moving up to Super League, where do your sights set up next year? Will you be favourites out there and possibly get up into Super League next season? Promotion? Do you set your sights on promotion?
We never say never, but we're realistic in what we've got and what we haven't got. And our budget is probably the second lowest in the Championship, and it's not going to change next year. Teams like Keighley are coming up and they're recruiting really well, so we're starting behind the 8 ball straight away from what other teams are spending, other teams are recruiting. I've still not even got a budget for next year as yet, so I'm hoping the chairman has a few drinks tonight. I can nail him down to a few figures. I don't know, but we're going to lose a few players. There's a couple of our strike players and pivots that have gone to other clubs, unfortunately for us. So they're going to need to be replaced, and we can't replace them with below standard players if we want to try and achieve anything like we've done this year.
Craig, you mentioned next season. Does the work for that start tomorrow?
Well, it's been trying to start for the last 3 months or so. Like I said, my chairman won't give me a budget as yet. So no, we'll be having a sit down over the next week or two and find out where we are financially. Because one thing that Kevin won't do is he's been chairman of the club for 25 years and he's built the club back from the brink of disaster when he first took over. One thing Kevin won't do is put the club in any sort of jeopardy. So we'll look at what our budget is, what our finances are like, and we'll try and recruit accordingly.
Look, Craig, before you arrived to chat to us, we were all giving you huge credit for what you have done with your Batley Bulldogs this season. I know you're very humble. I know you don't like to take that credit, but you must see how well you've worked as a coach to get them to a grand final.
Yeah, I guess so. It is the backroom staff. I'm more of a manager than a coach. Mark Moxon's an outstanding coach. So I try and bring in the skills of people that I've not got. There's no point in me bringing a clone in of me, because otherwise we'd just be hopeless. So I try and bring people in that can do what I can't, and I'm quite happy to admit the stuff that I can't do, and I try and be good at the stuff I am good at, and if I'm not good at it, get somebody else to do that for me.
I know you've spoken so much, though, about it's not just the player but the character that you look for as well in your sides, isn't it?
Yeah, I've always said I prefer to have a great bloke who's an average player than an average bloke who's a great player. The players have got to buy into the ethos that we've got here is working hard and putting the bodies on the line for each other, and everybody who we've got certainly the 17 today that have done that, and everybody, including the squad, has been absolutely outstanding for that. So, yeah, anybody who wants to come and play for Batley, do it for a little bit of money, or not a lot of money, but work really hard.
Well, Craig Lingard, huge congratulations for making it to a grand final. You've exceeded expectations, and you should take that credit because you've done phenomenally well. Thank you so much.
You.
We'll let you go and rejoin the lads. Thank you.